Okay, so this is 11.2. We're going to add and subtract equations. That's our standard. And again, your objective to be able to find the solution for the equations by adding or subtracting with at least 80% accuracy given the practice problems. So 2 quick vocabulary words: subtraction, property of equality. Basically saying that if you have an equation and you subtract from both sides the same number, you're going to end up with the same thing. So you're not changing anything. You are just moving things to the other side, but by doing the same thing to both sides. Otherwise, if you only do it to one side, then you will change it and that's not gonna work. So in this case, I have x plus 3 equals 9. If I subtract 3 from both sides, I'm gonna end with x equals 6. And just to prove that, if I do 6, which is my x, plus 3 equals 9, and if I subtract 3 from both sides, that cancels out because they're opposite or additive inverses. So I just have 6 equals 9 minus 3 is 6. Same thing with addition, property of equality is the same thing, except that this is going to be doing by addition, so adding instead of subtracting. If I add the same number of both sides, I end up with the same thing, so the statement is still true. I'm not changing anything, I'm just moving things to the other side by doing inverse operation and doing the same thing to both sides of the equation. So again, if I have x minus 4 equals 9, if I add 4 to both sides, I end up with x equals 13 with, which is the same as 13 minus 4 equals 9. If I take away 4 here and from here, I end up with 13 equals 13. Okay, so let's go to the actual solving of equations by adding or subtracting. There are different methods that you can utilize to solve. I'm going to use the algebraic tiles first. You do not have to use this ones. I never use them to solve, but you have to understand how to use it. So the first thing I'm going to do is you are going to draw a box, and I have this equation right here, and where I see the equal sign, I'm going to draw a line. Okay, and I'm going to represent this using this legend right here. So I know that every little square tile is 1, okay? And then the rectangle tiles are an x. Very well, I don't know the value of it, so I'm going to start drawing that. So I have 6 square tiles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I have an x, okay? So I have that, and then on this side I have 14 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So then to solve, what you're gonna do is you're gonna remove the same number of tiles from both sides to get a variable on one side. So my goal is to just get my rectangle on one side, and then the ones on the other side, so I can say x equals whatever I end up on this side. Okay, and remember, just going back on this ones, I have to either add or subtract the same number, so the same constant. So in this case, I'm gonna see what I have in my little square tiles and remove this side and do the same thing on the other side. So in this case, I have 6. I want to isolate this one, so I want to leave this one on its own. I want to keep it lonely, so I have to remove this one. So to remove that, I'm gonna remove 6 on this side. Do I have 6 over here? I do. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So then basically these ones are gone. And then with my x, remember it's my x, and these are 1 tiles, right? So and then with x, bring down my equal sign, equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, x equals 8, and that will be my answer. Okay, let me go ahead and give you one to do so you can represent it and solve for it. So here we go. Okay, so I know you can do this in your mind, but I need you to show me to model it on a piece of paper and then find the solution. Okay, let's go on this one right here. So by doing the algebraic tiles, you can also solve, which is what you usually do. When we are using addition to solve an equation is you only do it when you have subtraction, so basically when it's the opposite. So in this case, I have x plus 21 equals 18. So because this is subtracting, I want to do the opposite, right? So I want to move this to the other side of the equation, and to do that, to remove it, I have to do the opposite of subtraction, which is addition. When I do it to one side, I do it to the other side of the equation. And when I mean to the other side, I mean where the equal sign parts it, right? So then this is one side and the other side is on the left side, right side and left side of the equal sign. So then I do plus 21 here. That cancels out because negative 21 plus 21 is just 0. and then I go x equals, and then 18 plus 21, that's 39. I know I just saved mine. Negative 21 is actually minus, but I take it as a negative to get rid of that. So then I did that, and then the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna plug it in. You're gonna check by solving. You're gonna check by substituting. If I'm gonna substitute this back here where I see the x and see if that's true. So I go 39 minus 21. Is it true that it's 18? Let's see. Yep, 18 equals 18, so let's check. So my answer is correct. And the last thing I'm gonna do is graph, okay? So 18 is about right here. I'm gonna graph, it's just a dot, and that's all it is, okay? So this is my x at 18, okay? Let me go ahead and give you one to do for this one. Okay, go ahead and solve for this by adding. So remember, you're gonna add the constant to both sides of the equation and then give me the value of x. Okay, so now subtraction, same thing that you did here, except that you're gonna use it when you're adding. Okay, when you see the addition, you're gonna subtract because you want to be able to remove that from both sides. So in this case, I'm gonna subtract the constant, which is 15, to isolate my a. That cancels out because 15 minus 15 is just 0. I bring down my a, so I go a equals, and 26 minus 15 is 11. Second step, I'm gonna substitute this in here. If that's true, is it true that 11 plus 15 equals 26? 11 plus 15. Yep, so 26 equals 26, so that's check. And last thing I'm gonna do is graph. So 26 is about right here, so that's my answer. Okay, so let me go ahead and give you one to do. Okay, so go ahead and solve that for me. Do not be scared because it's x on this side instead of that side. The only difference is you're gonna subtract 85 right here and over there. Okay, so go ahead and give me what the x equals to. Okay, and let me go ahead and go over this really quick because you're gonna need it for this lesson. So just reviewing angles. This one is the one that creates an L shape. They're perpendicular to each other. To erase, I say right angle, it has to be exactly 90 degrees. Complementary angles are basically two angles that add up to 90 degrees. So basically they make a right angle. So then I have a plus b equals 90, so it could be like 40 and 50, so that would be 90, or 30 and 60, or whatever the case may be. A straight angle is basically half of a circle. Remember, a whole circle is 360, so if I chop it in half, this right here is 180, okay? So kind of like the sunset, 180 degrees, that's a straight angle. And then supplementary angles are angles that add up to 180. So if I put them together, they create a straight line. So that could be like 180, 120 and plus 60. So a plus b equals 180. Okay? Alrighty. God bless you. You're amazing. You got this. Bye-bye.